It is one of the fiercest and at times most controversial rivalries in all of college football. The two showcase programs from the state of Utah. This game has had its share of fights. It's had its share of feuds. At times it has been a figurative and near literal war. But to most, something about it still feels holy. Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars at LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Utah Utes, taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. BYU about to kick it off as we get this game started. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Utah Utes offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. The last time these two drew battle lines, it was BYU with the ethereal experience winning a close one.
And BYU took a lot of pride because they wore Utah down in that game, and they know they got to try to do that again in this one.
Yeah, and now Utah's heard about it for a whole year, and all they've thought about is payback and winning the state of Utah.
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield, and created the negative play.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Snap it to the back. Look out, he's got room. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
3rd down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this team. To the air, it's Dampier. He's going to let it go. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And the Utes send out the punt unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. So BYU's offense will get the ball for the first time. Looking downfield on first down. Not in lockstep there with the receiver. This clash dates all the way back to the late 1800s and is carried on through days of independence, changes in conference affiliation, but the constant is disdain and contempt for the other side.
You're right, Reese. It's pretty wild because the rivalry dates back to the same year the state of Utah was founded in 1896. That's how long these two teams have been going. This thing is historic, and every year, David, it's an incredible football game.
And I love what Reese said, too, though. They've changed conferences. They've been independent. Whatever it takes, they want to play each other because they want the bragging rights in the state of Utah because it means a heck of a lot.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The short hands, it's Hagan.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense.
BYU will bring the punt team on the field. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. On his way back from the 20. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. Oh, man, did he turn that one loose and fired it into the teeth of the zone.
And you know as a quarterback, Reese, when you're throwing it to the perimeter of the field on these curl routes, you've got to have some heat. You've got to have arm talent to get that ball out quickly into the hands of your receiver before all those defenders can get to it. Man, this QB's got a game.
And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
The Utes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. Finds his man, it's Parker.
I guess if you're going to get a 1-yard gain, at least it's kind of a highlight. Great body control, great job understanding how to keep your foot in bounds and give a little toe tap on the sidelines there.
And the Utes come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. He'll keep it himself. He didn't get it. Not only that, he lost yardage.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
The kick is on its way. You couldn't dial it up much better than that as he knocks it out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Let's see what they can get going on this drive as they snap it from the 7. Caught in the backfield, it's Roberts. He's pushed out of bounds at the 13 and gives this offense a little room to work.
Early in the game, I love giving my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. You've thrown him 4,000 times, and not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
The Cougars in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll try the run. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Now from their own 20-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Used the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Working on the right. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. The Cougars getting set on 1st and 10. They'll run play action. Looking for a deep man. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Starting in 1971, the Beehive Boot was established to determine the best team from the state of Utah. The boot itself estimated to be well over 100 years old.
Man, this is one of the most physical college football games I think we see each and every year, David. And this game's been referred to the holy war between BYU and Utah, but this game almost feels like an NFL matchup because of the size and the physicality these two teams play with.
And, Jesse, that's a great breakdown, and I agree with the NFL talent and all that stuff, but let's get back to the boot. 100-year-old boot. Like, that's what the prize is. How bad do you think that thing smells?
Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the second quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get there.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
And the Cougars pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Dropping back, it's Bachmeier. He just got rid of that one to save the down, didn't see anything he liked. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He's taking the shot. What a grab along the left sideline. Got the foot down in a strong throw. Put it right on the money.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The Cougars didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Running back searching for a hole. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man, oh man, that ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have any.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He leaves it with his back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you are.
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. Makes the stop at the 30, but a big 15-yard pickup gets him out of trouble.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Bentley. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? They've been completely lethargic in this first half, but finally some signs of life.
And we've seen it, Reese, throughout time, throughout college football history. You get that one big play, momentum starts to come in, and I don't know what it is. It changes everything. Maybe that's the play they needed to finally get some points on the scoreboard before that.
Lost one deep down the right side. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to throw again. Complete to the right. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
Grab behind the line. It's Parker. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
Line getting set on second down. To throw, it's Dampier. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
It is deafening in here, soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on third down. Got his man. Oh, he's got some space. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
Rides to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bentley. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Utah! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. So a drive there of 85 yards. And they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Makes it past the marker. Get it down to the 28-yard line. It is a first down, and they have to show some urgency here.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
They'll give it to him again. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, the Beehive boot is on the line, and already BYU and Utah have given us some stirring moments. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that, let's send it back to our guys in the booth to see how the battle between Utah and BYU plays out.
The Utes will kick it away to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Use the play fake, now to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. Touchdown, BYU! They take the lead with the 6.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup. And then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point gives him a 3-point lead at 10-7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped off the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 50 yards out. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback on the keeper. Fakes his man miss. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the 1st down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
And the QB sneak has been around for 4,000 years. Obviously some exaggeration, but so hard to stop. Quarterback gets it, starts to burrow behind that offensive line, and now you got the push behind with these guys. It's almost impossible to stop.
And the Utes will have it 1st and 10. Rides the back on the option, the give. There he goes. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Oh, he got loose. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
The Utes back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Use the play fake, now to throw. Buys a little extra time. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one.
Well, it's no wonder this quarterback is getting more and more confident, not necessarily throwing it, but I think running it. You saw that earlier in this drive, too. On that last play, he's thinking to himself, Man, it's been working for me so far. Every time I just tuck it, take off scrambling, something good seems to happen. So that's not going to stop. And I think moving forward, this defense has got to expect him to scramble more often.
He's brought down the one. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
And the Utes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Pressure coming. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He'll pull it on the read. Can't get him to the ground. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. He tried to get it on his own. We've reached the break. BYU is on top. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And this one is perfect. And we are all tied up here in the fourth.
And they trust their kicker, and he drills it. He drills it, ties this game up early in the fourth quarter. Man, this one looks like it's going to be a great finish. We're all knotted up.
Coming down the stretch in the fourth, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Back to throw, it's Bachmeier. Shoots it to the left. It's caught. They finally get to him. A what a play there to pick up the first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Wide receiver going in motion. The give to the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
The Cougars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Cougar! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a huge play in the passing game, covering 67 yards to the end zone. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they'd get him on the ground at the 20. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. To the air, it's Dampier. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. Now let's see if they can pull this one out.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Under fire. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. A strike downfield. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36.
And I like having matchups outside like this. Guys that I know will win right away. 3rd down, find my guy, get him the rock, he gets the 1st down.
The Utes have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pulls it in down the sideline. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Well, it's a great job by the offensive line moving to the unblocked defender and giving their quarterback a beautiful pocket to throw to there.
And the Utes are rolling down the field. Motion from the back. Wants to keep it in the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Davis. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. The Utes have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. He'll do it himself.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the 1st down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the 1st down marker is.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Now they'll run the draw. Got it into the red zone. Dragged down at the 18-yard line. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. And the Utes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Handoff from the gun. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
Well, that's just tough, hard-nosed running. You need 1 yard to get, let the running back figure it out.
The Utes kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He's got it on the move. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll run it from the gun. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Utes!
And it's decision time now because you score the touchdown, you're down one late. Do you want to just kick an extra point, tie it up, hope for overtime? Or do you go for two? Do you get aggressive? Do you trust your quarterback if he has to throw it here to find an open player and give you the lead, even though there is still going to be some time left on the clock?
They just need the extra point to deadlock this game. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. They put together an 81-yard drive, and it was capped off with the 8-yard run. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Bringing it back. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Direct snap. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
Finding open areas.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? Having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
And if you listen carefully, you can start to hear some of the boo birds coming out from this home crowd. They know their offense needs points. And this late in the game, they're watching them run the ball to no avail.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. They'll run the screen. They'll stop him just short of the 1st down marker on the screen. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And the Utes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking downfield, it's Dampier. He'll take a shot. It's incomplete, and the clock strikes 0, and we are headed to overtime. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions, probably maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the 3rd overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, 3rd and long coming up. They'd love to strike first with a touchdown. They'll try to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. From the shotgun, the inside kick. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. With a condensed field in overtime, if you can establish the run, it is a huge advantage.
Big-time advantage. You establish your physicality, come out the gates, put you in a positive way. Now I can play action, opens the whole playbook.
First play of the first possession of OT. Off play action on first down. Zings it complete to the right. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. They knew they could slip that tight end behind the backers with that play action fake.
Well, it's because I can't win, Reese. I have to play the run. You know, all these RPOs, all these different things, it makes me come up and use my eyes and play run. And these tight ends are so valuable to find space behind. Knew where he was going with the football the whole time because the big...
Touchdown, Cougars! And they're on top during overtime. Now to push the lead to 7 in overtime. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Scanning the field, it's Dampier. Lets it fly deep downfield. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Fires to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball running out of bounds.
Third down in overtime, and they need to get it to the end zone. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got it in the middle. It's Bentley. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
He'll start this drive firing. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Utah! They got the score now to see if they go for the win or the tie.
Obviously very hard to complete passes this area of the field. Nice execution. Now you're down by 1, and now you got to make the decision. Are we going to go for it and try to end the game right here and put this game in our offense's hands? What do you think?
And that's why I love having the ball second, because I get the opportunity to do this. I knew they scored a touchdown. We scored a touchdown. Now, do I want to go for the win, or do I want to continue this game on? It's so nice to have the ball second.
This is like that 2-foot putt. They still need to make it to force another overtime. And they tacked on the extra point. Now first down here in the second overtime. Back to throw, it's Dampier. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Off the play fake. This time he's got his man. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
To the air on first down. It's complete. Touchdown, Utes. That score gives them the lead here in the second overtime. That's his third touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
Now in the second overtime, you must go for the two-point conversion. They'll move the tight end. Now the play fake. They got it, executed beautifully, and the lead is 8 in double OT. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. To the air, it's Bachmeier. Got it in the middle, it's Martin.
Hey, on offense, you just got to stay ahead of the sticks, and a big part of that is finding positive production on first down. When you've got this guy in the backfield, there's a lot of ways you can do that. You're going to hand it off to him, but how about dialing up the pass play on first down and just letting him go to work to set up second and short?
BYU now into the red zone. Second down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Roberts. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Huge third down to keep the drive alive. They need a touchdown on this possession. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. Grab near the sticks. It's Roberts. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Makes the grab. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
First and goal in overtime, and they have to answer with a touchdown. They'll run it on first and goal. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They give him the rock again on second and goal. Touchdown, BYU! They got one score they needed. Now they need the deuce to send us to triple OT.
Man, what a great response by this offense. Going down the field, scoring the touchdown now. I got to go for 2. I know the new overtime rules. They changed this years ago. Jesse, you should work on this in practice. What's your go-to two-point play right here?
I'll tell you, after running the ball as well as they did on that last touchdown, I could see them doing it again. I think they've got confidence in the big fellas up front to get it done, find a way into the end zone, and be more physical.
Looking for a man. It's Bachmeier. Tight end finds a soft spot. He is stopped short, and this defense holds on to this slim 2-point lead. And we're certainly feeling the spirit in this edition of the Holy War, and it is the Utes who take the crown in this one. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.